Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so excited that you found me. I have a fall wreath DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you step by step how I created this beautiful pumpkin spice and everything nice fall wreath. For your convenience, in the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials I used to complete this beautiful pumpkin spice and everything nice fall wreath. Let me show you how to make it. For today's craft, you're going to need one of the 14-inch wired wreath forms that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need 6 packages of their decorative mesh. I'm going to be using this one today, which is kind of like a cream and a red buffalo check. I really do like it. It's not a true red. I like it because it's kind of washed. Makes it a little bit more rustic. And each of these are 6 inches by 5 yards, and you will need a total of 6 packages. You also need a package of pipe cleaners cut in half. You'll need to take a couple out and leave them full length for the sign. I have my wreath and my pipe cleaners and my meshes all open. Now we're going to be doing the poof method for the base. And when I use the buffalo check or striped mesh, I really do like this method. I think it looks very pretty and you can really see those designs. So take the ends, scrunch them together, place them side by side. Add a pipe cleaner. I always like to pull it down so I can get a good grip. Pinch right at the base and give a good twist or two. We're going to take these 2 pipe cleaners and we're going to attach it right here at the crossbar on the 2 bars here on the center. We're going to be placing all of our poofs right here on the 2 bars in the center. And between the 2 crossbars is a section, and in each section you're going to be placing 10 poofs. So to get this attached, place it around those 2 bars here at the crossbar that are in the center. Pull to the back and give a good twist. Then pull those ends back through your pipe cleaners. And then give another good twist. Push the pipe cleaners down so they face forward and trim any excess mesh. You need to leave at least 1/2 inch so it doesn't pull through. We're going to be measuring our poofs at 8 inches. And you want to start to measure wherever you attached it onto the wreath form. Just pull both pieces at the same time. You don't want to pull too tight, just gently pull. Measure at 8 inches and pinch. Take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around, pull it tight and give a twist or two. Then you're going to take those pipe cleaners and you put them on either side of the 2 bars in the center. Pull to the back and give a good twist. Then pull your pipe cleaners together. And you want to take those pipe cleaners and push them forward. And then you can push your poof over. Continue to measure your poofs at 8 inches. Attach your pipe cleaner and then attach to the 2 bars in the center on your wreath form. 2 rolls of the deco mesh should cover 2 sections of your wreath. Now I have the first 2 rolls on my wreath form and I'm really happy. I think they look so pretty. And here in the back you can see I've been attaching it only to the 2 bars in the middle. And I did get a full 10 poofs in each section. I think that looks fantastic. I'm going to finish the base and get the rest of my mesh on, and then I'll come back and we will move forward and decorate. I have my base all done and I went through and just pulled apart and separated all of the loops to make sure that I got as full and as thick as I possibly could. I'm very happy with the end result. I really do like this technique when using Dollar Tree Deco Mesh because you get a really beautiful base and you get little to no fraying because you're not cutting the mesh. You can also use 3 rolls of deco mesh at the same time when doing the base, which works really well when you want to use 3 different colors, say for the 4th of July. But I'm really happy with the end result. Our base is finished. Go ahead and set this aside. This is the sign that I've chosen to use today. I did pick this up at Dollar Tree. I really liked that dark background again, and I liked the color tones. I think it stands out very nice on the base that I chose for this wreath. Now to prep this to go onto your wreath, you want to glue on a full-length pipe cleaner on either corner on the bottom. And then here at the top where the jute cord was to hang your sign, you want to remove that and put in some floral wire. I pull 1 through the hole and 1 over the top, give it a couple twists, and then you just need to leave it long enough that you can attach it to your wreath. And you want to do that on both sides so that you can get your sign attached to your wreath and get it nice and secure. Now I'm going to place my sign right on the top in the center of my wreath. I really do like most of my signs here. I like them to stand out. And then to attach these, you just take your pipe cleaners and your floral wire. You separate the deco mesh until you can get down to the wreath form in the back, the wire frame, and you attach your floral wire and your pipe cleaners to the wire frame. Now you can attach it anywhere on the wire frame that you need to get your sign to sit in the proper position on your wreath. I have my sign fully attached. It's nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. And here on the back, you want to just make sure that wherever the wire is and wherever the pipe cleaners are, that you have trimmed them and pushed them forward so there's nothing sharp on the back of your wreath. I also went ahead and added half a pipe cleaner here with a little loop so that I can hang it. I made sure that one of the crossbars was in the center when I attached my sign. I always like to attach my hanger to a crossbar if I can. We're going to work on the bow now. I pulled out 3 ribbons. This one I got from Michael's. One of my subscribers that's in my Facebook group shared a project where she used this ribbon and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So I had to go in and get some. Isn't that pretty? Now this is their 1.5 inch at 25 feet and it is 100% polyester. They did have another one that was very similar to this that was the 2.5 inches, so you could choose either. And then this one I got from Dollar Tree this year. I really do like this. It's that burlap background, but I really love the color of all the fall leaves that are printed on it. I think this will really tie into the base very well. And then I picked this ribbon up from Craft Outlet. Now this is an ivory color. And here is the number. And this is 1.5 inches at 10 yards. Now I have some of the same ribbon in a pure white that's glitter, and I absolutely love it. This ribbon will do exactly what you want it to do. And I did pick this up from craftoutlet.com. I'm going to be using my Deluxe Easy Bow Maker today. This really does help me out. I have arthritis in my hands, and some days they just don't want to work. So this really helps. It holds everything for me, so I don't have to worry about doing that with my hands. We're going to start off with this ribbon that I picked up from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to start with an 8-inch tail. So measure to 8 inches and pinch. You want to slide that down in between the two large dowel rods. And then when you come through, you want to do a twist because the nice side of your ribbon needs to be facing down. On your tails, the nice side should be facing up. But once you start to do your loops, you want the nice side of that ribbon to face down. And I'm going to do 3 loops on either side at 5 inches with this ribbon. Once you have your 3 loops on either side, measure out your tail at 8 inches and trim. Now another thing that I really like about the Easy Bow Maker is that while your ribbon is in here before you tie it down, you can pull it and place it how you're going to want it to see if everything looks the way that you think it's supposed to look, to make sure that your loops are the length that you need them to be. So you can do any adjusting while it's right here in the Bow Maker. And now I'm going to move to this one, the ivory ribbon, glitter ribbon. And I'm going to measure again at 8 inches, pinch and twist. Now if you happen to have ribbon that is perfect on both sides, you do not have to twist when you come through, but most ribbon has a good side and a not so good side. And then on these loops we're going to measure at 4 inches, and I'm going to do 3 loops on either side at 4 inches. And now we're going to move to this ribbon. Now I'm going to do this ribbon a little bit differently because of the pattern. I want that pattern to stay facing in this direction the whole time I do the bow. So the first thing that I want to do is measure out a piece that is 16 inches. This is going to be my tails. That's the equivalent of 8 inches on either side. Find your center. And then pinch. Place that in. Those are your tails. And then we're going to measure 2 more pieces at about 12.5 inches. Let's make it 13 inches. So 2 more pieces at 13 inches. You're going to pull it together, the 2 ends, and then you're going to overlap them by 1 inch. Push it down till you find the center. Scrunch in the center. You want to make sure the cut ends are on the bottom, and then slide that in. You're going to do the same thing to the next piece. Make sure that it covers itself by about 1 inch. Push it down till you find the center. Scrunch in the center. Make sure the cut ends are down. Place it in the middle. Then let's cut 1 more piece at about 5 inches. Set that aside. Then you want to take a full length pipe cleaner and slide it down on one side. Lift up the tails. And then lift it up. This will help you get it out and keep it properly stacked. And then lift out. Pull that nice and tight and give a twist. Okay. Then you want to take your piece of ribbon that you cut at 5 inches. This is going to be your little center bump. So you want to put it in a little roll. Make sure those ends cover themselves. So run your pipe cleaner through one side. And then the other one through the other side. Pull that nice and tight. Make sure the ribbon is still in there. Pull it to the back. Get it nice and tight and give it a good twist. Okay, so my pipe cleaners are too short, so you're going to need a second one. I just place that in the center. Pull the short ones and give them a good twist. And then I take one of the short ones and I wrap it around the base of one of the long ones. Same thing on the other side. Now I have plenty of pipe cleaner to attach this to my wreath. I also like to give both of them a twist together for about 1 inch or 2. It just helps it to sit better in the wreath and doesn't pull down inside the mesh. Just like that. Okay, then you just want to kind of fluff out your bow. I usually pull and kind of separate everything first. Pull down my tails. Now I like to cut my tails once I get my bow on my wreath because a lot of times I'll change my mind. Sometimes I think I want them short and then I get it on there and I'm like, no, I like them long. So I just wait until I get my bow onto my wreath before I cut them. Okay, so just go through, open up, and kind of fluff out all your loops. So I want to attach my bow now, and I want to keep as much of this wording open and available to see, so I want to put my bow over here, and then I kind of like to spread out my tails, and this is why I don't like to cut them until I get them on here, because then I can decide how long I want them. Do I want them all the same length? Do I want to change and maybe go long to shorter? But that's approximately where I'm going to place it. Now to place your bow, you just move your deco mesh to the side until you can get down to the wire frame, and you attach it to the wire frame. I have my bow on. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very pleased with that. Now we're going to add a little bit more decor to this wreath. I went through the pumpkins that I have, and I pulled out a couple small pumpkins. I really do like these color tones mixed in with the sign and the background. I really do like this one. I think it will pull the background and the sign together very well. And then I like this one because it matches that pumpkin. It pulls out those same oranges. And then I like this one because it helps to pull out the pumpkin spice. So I'm going to be using these 3 pumpkins, and I'm just going to glue them kind of around this corner here, and I'm going to use my hot glue. So I want to start with this one because I want this one right about here. In fact, I might even glue him partially to the sign. I want him a little bit forward. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably glue him more right to the sign. But I want to make sure I get the angle correct. So to do that, I'm going to trim off some of the pumpkin here so that it sits a little bit better for me, because I want to attach it right on the corner here. Now to do that, I'm going to be using my utility knife, which I did pick up at Dollar Tree. And I just want to look at the angle that I want this to sit at. And that'll give me a little bit of an idea of where to cut. Okay, so now I have a flat side. I want that to kind of angle down a little bit. So I'm going to cut a little bit more, and I'm going to cut kind of down at an angle. So just play with it, trim a little bit at a time until you get it where you like it. Okay, so I just cleared out a little stripe here because that's where the edge of my sign is. So that way I can glue it right there, and then I get the angle for my pumpkin. So see, that way that my pumpkin will sit at an angle, and that's what I'm looking for. Get a good amount of hot glue on there, and then place your pumpkin. Now see, I like that. That's a much better angle than either straight out or straight up. Very nice. So this one I'm going to glue right onto the mesh a little below the sign. And this one I want to place kind of up here, And I'm going to put a cut in here so I can slide it right onto part of the sign. See, so I just cut a little piece out. That way I can slide it right onto the side of the sign. And then just go as deep as you need to make it sit where you want it. Okay, I like that. Just add a little bit of hot glue underneath where the mesh is so it'll glue to the mesh as well. I do like that. I'm very happy with the placement of those. Next, you'll need a package of the burlap leaves that you can pick up at Dollar Tree. They have a couple different shapes to choose from. They have this one and then they have another one that is larger. They also have several different colors that you can choose from. But I'm going to go with the neutral here. And I liked the smaller leaf. Now sometimes these come off the burlap. If you have a batch that easily comes off, make sure to glue those on before you try to put them onto your wreath. I do like these because you can bend them and shape them however you want them. And I want to add a couple here in between my pumpkins. So I'm going to use my little wire stem here and glue it in underneath the sign so that I can pull them in just like that. And then you, like I said, you can shape them to lay however you want them to. Now whenever you tuck anything behind your sign, you want to make sure you put glue on both sides so it not only glues to the sign, but also to the deco mesh. And then just tuck it in until you get it placed. If you need to add a dab of hot glue, go ahead. I think I'm going to place yeah, and then maybe one kind of up here or coming out of the side. Yeah, see, like this one just popped off. So if that happens, just add a little bit of hot glue right onto the stem part and push it back down. Just be cautious because the hot glue will come through. I really like that. Very, very pretty. Now we're going to work on this corner a little bit. I grabbed a handful of acorns. You can pick these up at Dollar Tree. One package will be sufficient. Now I want to add a few here, and I'm also going to add a few over here on this side as well to fill in. And I also pulled out a couple of gourds that I had in my stash. I thought I might add one or two of these, but I'm going to wait till I get the other items in and see if it still needs something. And then my other two leaves, I'm going to place them over here on this side. I think I'm going to place these first. And now I'm just going to attach some of the acorns here to the sign. Give it a little bit more of a three-dimensional look. And now I'm just going to take some of the acorns and I'm going to glue just a few around in the open spaces on the wreath to kind of help fill in and add a little bit more something something. And here you go, we are all done. I'm really happy with the end results. I got all of my embellishments on and it feels very fall and rustic to me. I love the addition of all those acorns. I like the pumpkins and the burlap leaves. I think everything really came together beautifully for this wreath. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. It lets YouTube know that I have content that's worth watching, and then they show it to more people and my channel grows. Thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time.